Hey guys, so today is going to be another video about my experience with the infamous app known as Tinder. The last video I made was also called The Worst Date Ever, My Tinder Experience, and I'll leave that in the description box below if you guys want to go check it out and cry with me. Let's talk about the week that I went on 4 Tinder dates. Now, this was brought on by some unexpected heartbreak in my life. I really can't discuss it online. I definitely can't discuss it on my YouTube channel. Probably sounds like I'm dating like a Russian spy or something, but no. I was dating a guy who I thought was the world and was just so incredible and amazing and honest and virtuous and loyal. Let me just tell you guys, sometimes you can't tell who the jerks are. So anyways, there was this one week where I was like really hitting rock bottom. I was like, there's no one out there for me. I'm gonna be alone forever. Or not. This one week I really hit rock bottom and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start saying yes to every single guy that asks me out. My first date was on a Wednesday and it was with a guy who was very muscular and manly and handsome and had his own business and seemed very successful and had a dog and stereotypical LA man right here. And of course, you know, where do we go? We go out for sushi because that's the LA thing to do. So we go out on our first date and physically he's attractive. He's very good looking, very handsome guy. I did not really feel an immediate connection or a chemistry, so I decided to resolve that problem by drinking a lot of wine and a margarita. 2 margaritas. Before this dinner even started, I'm pretty sure I was a little intoxicated. But he was actually really nice, but one of the first things that I recall him saying to me was how big of a penis he had. And I'm like, is that really information that I need to know on a first date? Pretty much the date ended with us having coffee and dessert, and he tried to shove his tongue down my mouth. I gave him no sign that I was down for that. He wasn't like the worst date ever. He wasn't horrible. He's actually kind of a cool dude. Date number 2. What was date number 2? Date number 2 is kind of embarrassing, and I was actually debating on whether I should even tell you guys because I just made a video about not doing this, but I decided to do it anyways. And it really wasn't even a date, but it was meeting somebody from Tinder, so I'm just gonna include it in this video. But as you guys know, one of my friends works at a gay club in West Hollywood. I was talking to this guy on Tinder while I was at the club. Had no intentions of meeting up with him. But all of a sudden, he just texted me. He's like, hey, where are you? I'm gonna come to where you are. Let's hang out. Let's meet up. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I like refer to my friend. I'm like, dude, should this guy like come here and meet us? Like, I just met him off of Tinder and he like wants to come here. I told him to come down and meet with us, and he meets me, and I'm gonna just say this, out of all the guys I went on a date with, he was probably like the most attractive. He looked like someone related to Mark Wahlberg, and he had a cute smile, nice eyes, like nice body, just like a really good looking guy. And I mean, I wish I could tell you guys more about this date because I honestly don't remember. From what my friends told me that were there with me that night, I like talked a lot about my cat and I was kind of like a wreck. I might just be that guy's worst date ever. Usually I get like a text or a phone call back like the following day or maybe a couple of days later if the guy's like trying to play a little game or whatever, but this guy never spoke to me ever again. And in my mind, I kind of just was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Third date was not one of my proudest moments either. I went out with a British guy just because I wanted to go out with a British guy. I decided to go to a nightclub. Why do guys keep taking me to nightclubs? I have no idea, but it was really awkward. He wore like this really weird suit to dinner and he had like a little thingy, like a napkin in his like pocket holder. And I was like, we're just going to a nightclub. Why are you dressed like we're going out to prom? So the last guy I went on a date with is actually probably the best date out of all 4. And I found this guy on Tinder, and immediately when I saw him, I was like, yo, that's the dude from my favorite TV show, and not just my favorite TV show, played my favorite character in my favorite TV show. And you know, physically speaking, no, he was not my type at all, but I loved this show so much. And turns out we got to talking and he turned out to be really cool. We had we had nothing in common. After talking for like a couple of weeks and like texting back and forth, he finally says, hey, you know, I'm gonna be performing at a theater here in Los Angeles and it'd be cool if you could come see me. I'll get you free tickets and then we can hang out afterwards. So I was like, hells yeah, I get to hang out with my favorite character from my favorite show. Literally my favorite show. So I go to see his performance, he's great, whatever. After the performance, we decide to go to this restaurant slash bar down the street. Had a few drinks, we're chatting. I made him buy me a rose because I kind of like wanted this to be like romantic. And then he bought me the rose and I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I'm like, what was I thinking? Oh, Stephanie, get it together. Afterwards, I wanted to spend so much more time with him and he kind of seemed like he was like weirded out by the fact that I was like such a super fan. So I kind of invited myself over to his apartment. I ended up staying there till like 4 a.m. We didn't like do anything, didn't hook up or anything, but we just ended up talking the entire time, and the entire time I just ended up talking about my ex-boyfriend. And it's like those moments when you know like you should stop talking, but like you just keep talking. At 4 a.m. he's like, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna call this girl an Uber. Like, this is freaking crazy. What am I doing? I could just tell. I could tell that's what was going through his brain. And afterwards, we texted like here and there very briefly, but yeah, I think I like officially scared that guy off with my crazy life and oh my God, so many things I can't say on the internet. So those were my 4 dates from Tinder in 1 week. I don't know if I broke a record or something. From now on, I would just like to meet people more organically in a normal social setting, not on the internet. And I kind of don't feel like wasting any more of my time. I don't feel like wasting any more of these dudes' times. Honestly, I don't even think I'm ready to be dating right now. I'm still like a little scarred and emotionally bruised from the last experience. So I think it's just gonna be Steph and Frank time. Just gonna be by myself for the foreseeable future. If you guys have any crazy dating experiences, please share them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your stories, and I'll see you guys in my next video.